everybody, I am the LightningTurk and welcome back to another Supremacy 1914 role-playing round. Today's role-playing round is the Libyan casual roleplay. I do believe this is like episode 3 or episode 4. But yeah, a lot has happened, and honestly, like in the last 2 to 3 days, just a fuck ton of crap has happened. So let's just start from where we left off. So when we left off, I was just about to have a conflict with the Algerian state. So basically, East Algeria. So what happened was this: Algeria went inactive, and then came active again, and then went inactive once more, and then became active again. Throughout that period, the nation of Algeria was constantly joining other coalitions, such as, you know, the Communist Coalition, and then the American Coalition. And on the last time that he returned, he was part of no coalition whatsoever. So, as a response to this, I sent him a message on Daily European, and in response to that message, he started stationing troops on the entirety of his border with me. Well, what was once his border with me, which was essentially Medellin, Oued, Togurt, and yeah, these provinces over here. So he sent around like 200 to 300,000 troops to my border to, I guess, like, threaten me. And if you know how I am, I don't really respond positively to threats. So I responded by invading him directly and declaring war and whatnot. And as you can see, it was incredibly successful. I mean, honestly, he only had an army in Medellin, and then he had the bulk of his army in this coal province right here in the south of his nation, assuming that I wouldn't push my forces through these two provinces of Togurt and Oued, which, interestingly enough, had no troops defending it. So what I did was I took my artillery brigade and started bombarding Medellin, and then I took the majority of my artillery, which was around 20 artillery pieces, and I placed them right around here, and I started bombing the hell out of his 200 to 250,000 troops here. And while that was going on, I pushed with a minor army of around like 20 to 30,000, not even, like 15,000 to be honest, through these two provinces. And then my main force went over here to Gardia and then pushed up into Algiers, what was once his capital. And then my secondary troop took Oued and then pushed north into Bugul and then went east towards Constantine and Bonn. Heyo. So you could essentially say that I boned him. But yeah, my jokes... I swear to God. Anyways, moving on. So, at a certain point, it was painfully obvious that I had already won the war. However, he refused to give up, and I had no choice but to continue the war and annex him entirely. While this was all going on, what was once the central USA had around 18,000 troops stationed in Tunis, basically just on the province, which was owned by Algeria. So how the 12-hour game mechanic works is this: once you declare war on a country, well, if you set the political, like the pre-game stance that way, once you declare war on a country, you have 12 hours to basically not attack them as an honor period. And at the end of that 12-hour period, you may attack them for however you feel, for like whatever is necessary. And what I did was I just continually attacked. However, I took the provinces of Kairouan and Tunis after a certain amount of time, and Central USA hadn't really declared war on Algeria at all. And he just, once I took the province, my troops sat on it, and then his troops sat on it, although we didn't really have any sort of right-of-way agreement, because, you know, Supremacy 1914 game mechanics. And having seen this, he tried to make deals with me to try to, you know, like, threaten me into submission. So what he first did was this: oh, I'm going to enter the war if you don't give me the northern coastline of Algeria, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 provinces. Well, to be 8, to be honest. And I said, no. And then what he did next was he dropped this down to, I think, either 3 provinces or 1 province, along with my possible offer of 10,000 tons of oil. And obviously I freaking rejected that thing like real quick, However, I first gave him a little bit of hope by saying, oh, you know, maybe. And once my conflict with Algeria was completely over, and I confirmed that I had enough troops to be able to defend the coastline, I simply gave him an ultimatum to leave with his 18,000 troops from Tunis. And he didn't really take very kindly to that, and, you know, responding with, I'm gonna kill you. So what I did was, I gave him 12 hours to leave by declaring war on him. By using that 12-hour peace period to offer him the time to leave Tunis with his troops. Alive, basically. But he just completely rejected that and sent 2 armies of around 95,000 troops towards my coastline. Which, the first army was just completely destroyed. And then the second army basically entered Morocco, since Morocco's allied to Central US, but what I did was I made an agreement with Morocco, and I asked, you know, I requested access through his provinces. And what I did after that was pretty much just sweep through Moroccan provinces, eradicating any sort of American troop presence. I gave him multiple, you know, diplomatic offers. Oh, I'll retain Algeria, and you will never, you know, like, have an occupying force in the Mediterranean Sea, and he rejected that. And then I brought it up to, oh, I'm gonna take Palma, and then the same as before. But he just never accepted any sort of offer, just choosing to fight to the death, which is honestly not really an RP thing to do. You don't really fight to the death. It's not. I can understand that it's a casual RP, but like, damn man, like no need to go that far with it. But whatever. He just, since he refused to accept any sort of peace offer, I just continued. Now I control the edge of Africa, which was once a central US province. I took Palma, and then I invaded the, I guess, like, Portuguese region, the Atlantic coast of Spain, or the Iberian Peninsula. And so did Italy and Germany. So now we have completely ousted any sort of American presence on the European continent. Yeah, aside from Ireland, to be honest. That's pretty much what happened. So, word to the wise, don't fuck with me. Moving on, what happened in the Americas is even more interesting, considering the fact that once the nations who were once his allies are now at war with him and are continuing to expand through his provinces. For example, southern U.S. South U.S. took this significant loss of American troops and failures as an opportunity to unite the American continent, and is currently in the process of annexing all of central US and probably all of northern Canada as well. So yeah, he's currently bombarding the crap out of Roanoke and Louisville. So he'll just continue moving north. Other than that, he established a political and military alliance with my nation, Libya, and North Canada continues to be AI. I do believe Greenland is the last part of the what was once the American coalition. So essentially, with my action fighting back against America, the coalition of the United States pretty much just shattered, and everybody's become enemies with each other. So what happened in Scandinavia is also interesting as well. Norway and Finland were at each other's throats for most of the RP once they both joined the round. And interestingly enough, they were able to diplomatically resolve their issues and make peace, which is great for an RP perspective. And in addition to that, like even more, they established I do believe a defensive pact with each other, allowing Norway to focus on attacking Greenland and taking over his what he controls in Northern Europe and pretty much just Greenland proper, while Finland goes for Sweden and Swedish provinces, considering the fact that Sweden is AI. Russia's aims are a little bit more aggressive. Russia has been building up for quite a while now, for a while, like a fuck ton of time. And now that he has significant units, he will most likely either push into Poland or he will push into Ukraine. You never know with these sorts of things, but yeah, he's got quite a bit of forces that he's planning on using sometime soon. Romania, which was once a player, was just completely eradicated by Italian, German, and Ukrainian armies. So, yeah, he's only got 2 provinces left, but thankfully we've talked it out, and we're planning on giving him a new state from the remains of what was Central USA. I'm planning on turning him into the Federation of Spain by giving him Palma, Barcelona, Valencia, Malaga, Seville, and Madrid, and having his capital in Valencia for, protection and whatnot. France is a country now, which is great. And yeah, there isn't really many new things. France continues to move towards God knows where. I hope he's not coming towards me, because if he tries, I will decimate him. And Greece hasn't expanded at all, and Arabia continues to build up troops in a defensive line to try to protect his provinces. So that's essentially it. No new news from Morocco, and West Algeria is falling to pieces under revolt. That's pretty much how it is. The United Kingdom, which is pretty much now England, is AI and is probably going to be eradicated sometime soon. So I hope you guys enjoyed the update. I'll return with more videos and episodes. I hope you guys enjoyed once more, and peace.